In practice, socialism always promises power to the people, but in fact, it's power to the bureaucrats. Let's get into it. My name is Casey. I'm the Rumble Right Dad. I've been a therapist for more than 10 years, and I've seen the degradation of our society and culture one-on-one firsthand, and it's time to retake this country for God and for his people, because I have 4 kids that I brought into this world, and I want it to be better for them. If you can share in that goal, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to have your support.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Zohran Mamdani won the New York City mayoral race, and he has gone as far as to trumpet the Marxist dogma that says he would have the final goal of seizing the means of production.
We are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right? Or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production.
Whoopsie daisy.
Where we do not have the same level of support at this very moment.
Socialism always sounds quite tempting on the surface. It promises power to the people, but in fact, it's power to the bureaucrats. And Zohran Mamdani has put himself right in the middle of that power. But every time that it's been tried throughout history, it has been a gigantic and even fatal failure, including but not limited to the Soviet Union, where there was mass repression, famine, and collapse. Mao's China, tens of millions of people pass away, and a cultural destruction. Cuba, mass poverty, political prisons, ration books. Venezuela, once wealthy, now hyperinflation, shortages, and exodus. So the good news is for New York City that the mayor does not in fact have complete control to be able to enact his policy proposals, but he does have some radical ones. Let's look into a few of those claims that he wants to bring to New York. Some of the positions that Mamdani supports include canceling medical debt and student debt, publicly funded housing construction, taxing high income and high wealth corporate interests, making them pay their fair share as if they don't pay a lot already, and expanding public transit while reducing fares. Basically, he said free busing. Now, why wouldn't it be free subways? Well, because half of the people probably already jumped the turnstiles, and it might as well be free already.
Stop it. Get some help.
If you promise to simply tax the rich, you are going to get an exodus. Now, where this has been tried in the past, places like the Soviet Union, they did not have the opportunity to mass exit the country because it was their country and there was limits on who could leave. The reason why the border wall came up in between East and West Germany was not to keep people out, but was to keep people in as much as out, because they needed them in order to provide for the wage slavery that was necessary to prop up the bureaucrats that always persist in the socialist systems. The thing that Marx gets wrong more fervently than all of his other claims and the ways that he didn't take care of himself or his body or his household or his family or his children, the thing that he got most wrong was that the human ideology, the mankind in general, he perceived as being a blank slate, which was perfectible. And that, of course, does not embed the brokenness of man into the system. And therefore, you say that you can trust one man to be able to be the orator or the arbiter of putting these policies forward and making it perfectible. And that is simply a misnomer. Every time there has been dissension at the top, and it's poured and trickled down onto the people in ways that are horrific throughout history. Good thing the mayor of New York City and it doesn't have that much power, and the people of New York City have the ability to leave, which was not true in other socialist and communist experiments.
I am shocked. Well,
we cannot argue that the state and government systems are broken and then hand them the keys to the system in order to drive us directly off a cliff, which is what's happening in New York right now.
Shut up! Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it. You say Christ is Lord. Get out. Get out.
When the state promises to liberate you by controlling your livelihood, that does not bring equality or freedom. It brings obedience. And if Zohran had his way, he would be exactly in a position to make the people, citizens of New York City, obedient to his left-wing ideological framing.
Ha, gotcha.
You have got me. You have got me.
And when the government seizes your assets and the means of production, the bill always comes due, and it always costs you your freedom, your food, and your future. Let's try our best to provide a safe haven for the New York City exodus. And please like, share, and subscribe. Let's create a culture and a future of fatherhood, freedom, and faith in America. Let's go.